As Veterans Day is approaching, we would like for our veterans and people who are currently serving in the military to be aware of the Veteran Assistance Program that helps you with your GI Bill here at the W.
I joined the Air Force. Reason being, I joined because I did 4 years of Air Force Junior ROTC in high school. Once done with that, it was kind of something I always wanted to do. I began to lean more towards the Army at one point, but then I went back and decided to do the Air Force. I had to get with my recruiters at first to get some information about it, to know what the GI Bill was, tuition assistance and everything. Once I got that information from them, I came to the school and spoke with the advisors and everyone over on the financial side of things, and they gave me the proper papers and information that I needed to sign up for that. Once I came over, I'm really not sure how it goes now, being that I've graduated, but for me the process was very easy. Just you come in, you talk to them about it, what you're planning to do, you tell how many courses you're planning to take, because you have to have so many numbers of credits or course hours to apply and get that. So it was fairly easy, and everything was at a decent and steady pace.
According to Ms. Jody Peters, who conducts the Veteran Affairs Program here at the Mississippi University for Women, there are approximately 69 students here at the university who take advantage of the GI Bill. In order for a veteran or person who is currently serving in the military, they must fill out a form, and it has to be sent to the regional office that is located in Oklahoma. Once the student did the application, Ms. Jody goes and verifies that they are in school and will be taking the appropriate amount of hours.
I joined the Mississippi Army National Guard. I chose this branch hesitantly coming out of high school. So initially coming out of high school, I didn't have the greatest GPA or anything like that. And after I graduated, I honestly didn't know how I was going to pay for college, didn't want to take out student loans. So I figured I'd probably join the military. Initially, I was going to go into the Marines. I had spoken to the Marine Corps and everything, and it seemed like the best bet. They swelled me up with pride and everything. But I knew ultimately I wanted to end up going to college. So one of the National Guard recruiters stopped me on the way from talking to the Marines, and he said, "Hey, didn't you go to my high school?" I said, "Well, yeah, I did." He's like, "Have you ever been interested in the Mississippi Army National Guard?" I said, "No, not at all." I was like, "I don't want to be part-time military." I was like, "Y'all are weekend warriors. It's not anything I wanted to do." He was like, "Well, let me talk to you for a little bit, because I think we got some options that would benefit you." I was like, "Okay." Sat down, spoke with him. He was like, "What if I told you we could pay for your college?" I was like, "Well, that sounds pretty good, but I kind of already committed a little bit." Said I was going to join the Marines. He said, "I can also get you paid every single month while you're in college, from $600 to $700. I was like, "That sounds a little bit better." And then also he talked about my drill pay being about $200 to $300 a month on top of that. And then he said he could put $20,000 in my pocket. So it sounded really good to somebody who was making $5.15 an hour, which was minimum wage at the time. So after he told me I could do that, I explored it a little bit more and decided to join the Army National Guard. So applying for the GI Bill at the W, I kind of was trying to figure it out. Ended up finding out that I needed to go to the registrar's office, and Miss Jody Peters was working there at the time. Phenomenal lady. She works really hard for the veterans. She really takes her time and understands where the veterans are coming from and tries to make that process as easy as possible. That being said, I think she was new to the position at the time, fairly, and she was learning as well. So she would point us in the right direction, fill out our paperwork, make that process as easy as possible. There were still some questions that I had as far as tuition assistance outside of the GI Bill. A lot of people don't know about those things. Having access to book vouchers through the military, having access to laptops and expenses such as that to get you started on your military, collegiate career and be successful. And she didn't know those answers, but they were fairly new at the time, so it was to no fault of her own. And the Army has made it a little bit easier for the individuals to pick that up. I can say that she made that process extremely easy. She was always on top of it, always caring to make sure you were getting paid on time, and if you weren't checking in, why you weren't checking in. She left shortly after I had started at the W and somebody else came in, and you could definitely tell that they didn't have the same passion that Miss Jody did. But luckily she came back, so the students now can take advantage of her knowledge, and she continues to get refreshed. Some of the challenges, though, with that process here at the W is there's only one person. Miss Jody Peters isn't the only, and that's not her only job. That's not the only hat she wears. Like a lot of us at the W wear multiple hats, but for something with that much impact, there really needs to be somebody or a couple somebodies who focus on some of those things to better serve the veterans that are coming through and their loved ones.
We would like to thank our veterans and those who currently serving. My name is Summer Morris. I'm reporting for COM 250 Newsgathering.